Hello and welcome back to MLB The Show 19 and the Jason Parham Road to the Show. I'm Tyrant Saber. Last time out, Jason got, I would not say rocked especially, but he certainly didn't have the outing to which he's been accustomed this season. He pitched for 7 innings, allowed 3 runs on 8 hits, including a Victor Ayala home run, collected only 6 strikeouts, and still got the win in a game that the D-backs offense kind of exploded in, so good results, but I'm guessing that the incredible high that Jason was on in the month of April is coming to an end, and we're going to come back down to earth somewhat, but not before we earned ourselves Pitcher of the Month award for April in the National League, so not bad. Let's keep going. Okay, bullpen day. What do we got? Cut control and walks per 9 might be a thing to consider. Slider stuff is something that I could work on for sure. Training. We can work on our control for some of our pitches. Just out of curiosity, couldn't quite get Carlos Castro up to friendly. And nice mustache there. No, I think I'm gonna go ahead and work on cut control with walks per 9, because cutter is still one of those pitches that Jason doesn't quite have the best handle on. I mean, it can be effective, but it's not like his two-seamer. He doesn't have as precise a control over it. And in fact, we're going to get a clubhouse day anyway, so let's go ahead, and this certainly will take us over now. Carlos Castro going to be our friend. We're in a good mood these days. Glad the team's feeling good about how we're playing. Yep. Reached friendly tier with Carlos Castro and gives us a bump in heart and soul, so we'll be to tier 4 on that before you know it. But in the meantime, that should bring us out here against the Atlanta Braves in Chase Field. Now, Jason has faced off against the Braves a grand total of 10 times before in 5 starts. He has a 4-1 record against them, a 2.09 ERA, and a 2.91 WOBA. So all good numbers against these guys. Surely we'd like to see him better, but you really can't complain too much about it. Still, only way we can make those numbers better is to get out here and get it.
Here we are at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona, just about set for Friday Night Baseball on the show. Tonight, Game 2 of this 4-game weekend set between the Atlanta Braves and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Get ready for Diamondbacks baseball. Next. Jason Parham gets the start for Arizona in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, in this day and age where we're used to seeing a lot of home runs and pitchers not going very deep in a game, how about this guy? ERA in the low ones. That's not an easy thing to do. He can strike people out, but he can also get them out via the ground ball, the fly ball. Judging by his stats this year, he is having a ridiculously good season up to this point.
Standing in, Mark Valdez.
Oh, that was not what how I meant to start this game. Just missed up in the zone with that cutter, and that is ball 1. Well, you see why I need to improve my cutter control, don't you? Try that again. Two-seamer down and in. Pop fly, first base. That'll be an easy first out for Jason.
First 4 games of this homestand, they've taken 3 out of the first 4, looking to capitalize and continue to play good ball today.
You know, Dero, this is time to get greedy. When you win 3 of the first 4, boy, if you could win 4 out of the first 5, that sets up a really nice stretch of baseball. They'd love to win this one here today and keep that roll going.
And now here's the starting 9 for the visiting Atlanta Braves. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the game?
Matt, you take a look at both these lineups. They got their work cut out for them. This is going to be a pitcher's duel. Both these guys can execute and have a chance to go deep in this game and turn it over to bullpen. Somebody is going to have to get that.
Misses with the two-seamer inside to Corey Dickerson, and that's ball 1.
Comes on with 1 away as he looks at
looks like it's Eric Neely behind the dish again. Not sure why we're splitting time with Cam Gallagher, or rather why he's splitting time with Cam Gallagher. Fouled that one down for strike 1.
Yeah, you got it. No one better. Let's go.
Here we go, guys. Let's go.
break.
Straight up.
Well, I turned off the sawed-off perk, but that's still gonna...
And they'll have no play.
Oh, come on, guys. Really?
You know, D-Row, as a pitcher, that could be so frustrating. You're taught to try to go out there and make quality pitches, and that was a really good pitch.
Well, man on first, one away.
That turned into
And then I'll bring up Mark Bentler.
At the end of the day, he's
No,
smiling.
he won't have the chance to break up our no-hitter today because, well, that no-hitter just ended.
Right there, he has no business. He'll line out probably 15 times, but it won't even out.
And that one is going to be a liner into the gap, so that'll be a nice double for Mark Bentler. They're going to send the runner home, so that'll be a nice RBI single for him. Or RBI double, excuse me. Not the ideal start to the game for Jason, but, you know, you just can't control that sometimes.
So instead of a double play ball, he gives up a shot to the outfield, and that brings the runner all the way around.
All right, let's refocus here. Domingo Santana out here.
Domingo Santana, and as you can tell easily from the splits, he's really struggled away from their home
Club that
ballpark.
one into the stand just about.
Here we go.
Try a curveball next. Frozen on that one, fortunately, because that one got hung. Jason having some trouble hitting the corners. He's kind of living on the middle of the zone.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Can't find the zone.
Pulls the sword on that one, and somehow that one was not a strike.
Pitch right there. I know if I'm on the mound, I want that pitch called a strike. That's one of those that could go either way.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, though. That's inside for strike three.
The pitch before was really close. Called the ball. What does he do? He comes back with a better pitch and gets the punch out.
All right, that'll bring up Rougned Odor.
Now, and he always poses a threat, of course. One of the true superstars.
And he's going to be today's boss challenge here out on the mound.
Stay back.
What are we going to do, though?
Here we go, guys.
We're going to strike him out with one inside the zone. That's what we're doing. What do you think?
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Well, that one wasn't in the zone, so that doesn't really help.
Can be considered a bit of a one-dimensional hitter, I guess, in terms of making contact. He tends
1-1-1.
Oh, that's going to bounce right up Jason's glove. But he's going to make the play, and that will end the inning with only one run allowed.
Not giving up on the play, and the inning is over. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's the Braves 1, the Diamondbacks coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball.
Well, that'll bring up Lincoln Cheney here.
At the plate started. Lincoln Cheney.
We're going to try to not allow any runs here.
Looking to get things turned around in a hurry. The pitch.
Arizona not able to pull one back here in the bottom of the first, so we got to come out here and hold the score right where it's at.
In this one, behind the plate is Dave Lawrence.
Dan, we got Dave Lawrence behind the dish tonight. One of the best in the business, in my opinion.
Pop fly to center field, and that should be out number 1.
To a pattern where he's given a little bit too much on that outside corner.
Yeah, D-Road, one of the things he'll do, he'll open up that outside corner, especially with left-handed batters.
Okay, here's how the Snakes are lining up defensively. Let's spot shadow Bryce Harper.
Yeah, we got Ildemaro Vargas filling in for
He puts it on the line every night in the field and at the plate.
Oh shoot, I can't think of his name. Rafael Devers at third, and of course Eric Neely behind the dish, and on the bump as usual, Mr. Jason Parham.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Well, here comes Johnny Bump.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Bump, 30 years of age. This is his 6th season for him in the big leagues. 1 out, nobody on.
Only a handful of appearances against Jason. Bump has.
Hey, plays the 1. Here we go. Come on, baby. See you drive it.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Inside.
Cutter inside. That's ball 1.
Here 1 and 2.
So the intent of that 0-2 cutter right there isn't necessarily to get a swinging strike. If you get it, well, hey, that's great. But if you get it inside enough and he does make contact, he probably can't do anything with it.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, though. That's strike 2, or strike 3, and that's the second strikeout of the game. Second out of the inning.
They hit,
hit the straight changeup, right? El Cambio. Hadn't seen it in that entire at-bat. And what happens? Gets the string pulled on him right there. Had no chance to put that ball in
Here we
play.
go right now, fellas.
All right, here comes, who is this, David Foster?
The catcher, David.
Standing in now,
Foster.
David Foster. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one.
Well, they got to him in the first inning, which is huge, but he looks a lot more settled into this ball game right now. He's not
Track
the kind of
curveball
pitcher you
outside
wanna let
corner.
Get into a groove out there.
1-1-1.
That's bounced down the first base line, but Morris Lamb has got it, and that will end the inning.
The inning is over. Down in order go the Braves. We played an inning and a half. It's 1-0. Digging in now, Geraldo Gonzalez.
Well, Jason hasn't had the chance to bat yet, so Geraldo Gonzalez must be doing okay as a pitcher. Let's see how he does as a batter. Let's get it. Fastball up in the zone, strike one.
Let it fly. Plays the one here.
Two-seamer on the corner, strike two.
Let's see if he continues to climb that ladder, or does he try and get him fishing on something bouncing in dirt?
Into the windup.
And a changeup low.
Pitch. And he gets
Taps
a
that
piece of
one.
it here, but it's chopped foul.
Track cutter down and away.
Once more. It's a sinker that dips
Can't
below
catch the
zone
corner
for
with
a
that
ball.
one.
And nice and patient. Get your pitch.
See what he does with the fastball inside. Pops it up. Putting up a slightly better at bat here than some of his other teammates anyway.
Now a
Change up locks him up, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Second, third strikeout of the game.
Happening in the race in the National League West.
Arizona, a couple games ahead of San Diego in the race. Also, looks like Colorado is just a game behind San Diego. And if I recall correctly, they were kind of in pole position for the NL, whatchamacallit, wild card. So we'll see how that end of the season, or we'll see how that plays out over the course of the season. It's a bit early to be thinking about the end of the season.
Right, I'm like, okay, you want to come get some early in the count? I was about to wait you out, but now game on.
Swing and a miss on the changeup.
Now it's strike two.
Hey, one pitch right here. Come on now.
Try a slider down and away now to Mark Valdez, who pulls his sword on it. Doesn't quite follow
It's a great
through.
job to lay off on that nasty slider right there. It's the toughest pitch.
Hey,
it was
we got
my
one
toughest pitch to lay off of. I was always sitting fastball middle away, and when that slider came out, boy, did it
Swing and a
look
miss
like
on
it needed
the
a long
curveball,
time.
though. That gets him, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Strikeout number 4. So Corey Dickerson, the sole run of the games to this point, and we'll find out what he can do against Jason this time around.
See if he can fare any better.
Hey, get a good one up there, huh?
Pitch on the way.
Try change up first pitch.
Circle change
Curveball,
there.
or
Strike
change
one.
again. Change up. First pitch gets a strike. Sprays off the cutter up in the zone. Now Eric Neely's calling for a little bit of sinker action on this one. Jason, of course, doesn't throw a true sinker, but he can put one down on the corner, or not.
Boy, it's hard to sit on an 0-2 fastball. I think that pitch just locked him up a bit. But lucky for him, it was just
Try another one,
a
similar
little out of
spot, but
zone.
now a changeup.
2-2 now.
That one
2
drops
away
out,
and the
no
base is
swing.
empty.
Hey, I don't mind those pitches down below the zone trying to go for the strikeout right there. But you find yourself in a 2-2.
And
Well, that got him.
leave it there as this is strike 3.
Strike 3 on the corner, and that will end the inning. Jason strikes out the side, so warm up those benches.
Home half of inning number 3. It's the Braves 1 and the Diamondbacks nothing.
Welcome back. The Diamondbacks are set to hit here in the 3rd inning, and this offense has certainly not disappointed this year. They enter the day among the league leaders in both home runs and runs scored, so it's no secret what a threat they present to opposing pitching staffs. As one player told me earlier, we've got a stacked lineup, so as long as we all show up to swing it every day, we're going to cause a lot of problems for the other guys. It's a fun group of guys to hit with. Matt, back to you.
Thank you, Heidi.
Leading off for the Diamondbacks.
Leading off the inning, Jason Parham, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, Jason coming out here to bat in the bottom of the third.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
That was probably a good one to hit, but Jason lays off on it.
Find some green, baby. Find some green.
Off the plate and in. It's a
That one I got no business swinging on, none at all.
Fouled off.
Okay, he made contact with that at least, fouled it off.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Now a swing and a miss.
But a cutter on the outside corner rings Jason up. Have a seat and get comfortable, Jay.
He's just got great strikeout stuff. In his last start, he racked up.
Gonzalez gets himself his 4th strikeout of the day.
That range again here. He's really an exciting.
Well, Jason, you know, better luck next time. You are still just a pitcher.
Digging in.
But that'll bring up Mark Bentler.
Try to get it going here to begin the 4th.
D-backs still can't get anything going here from the 3rd inning, so we come out in the 4th, down 1-0.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Two-seamer, outside half for strike 1.
We need it right here, one time.
Try curveball next.
Sent on the
That's just
ground.
grounded into the gap.
Get to this one deep in the hole.
Sammy Castilla gets over for that one, and that's the first out.
And now the Atlanta number 4 hitter, Domingo Santana, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he's got to put that one
Cutter above
behind
the zone.
him,
Just
especially with runners
can't
in scoring
seem to
position.
find the
Those
release
strikeouts
point on
will
this
stick
guy
with you
today.
a little longer.
He's been doing a nice
Try
job
a
out there in the
two-seamer
mound, but the
inside.
deeper you get into the game, the more
Pulls
the
it
hitters have seen you.
very
This is the
early.
part of the lineup that he has to be really careful with.
From the
Try another
windup,
one
the
down.
1-1 pitch.
That's bounced over to Vargas at 3rd, and that'll be the 2nd out of the inning.
And there's out number 2.
And here comes Stinky, Rugnet Odor.
He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
Throws him on a hung curveball.
For a strike.
No swing on that one. I don't know any amount of shift would have saved that one if he'd swung.
For Atlanta.
Try and change up next. Taps that into the dirt for strike 2.
Hey, I need you right here. One time.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and use some showtime on this cutter because I'm a little tired of just being outside. Let's put it on the corner, and if the ump screws me, he screws me.
And he fouls this one off.
Well, at the very least, he made contact with that one, so I got less to feel bad about that.
Another 0-2 coming. And he goes against the shift.
Well, that one's against the shift, and that'll be into left field. Hoskins has it, and that'll be a single for Rugnet Odor here with 2 away.
Hitters are good hitters
in the top
for
of the
a reason,
4th.
D-Row. And to be able to hang in there on an 0-2 pitch and still be able to get a base hit, this guy's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, I'm blown away by this guy, Dan. You wouldn't know.
Swing and a miss on the cutter. Late on it, Lincoln Cheney.
Counts do not matter. This guy trusts in his craft.
Flied out in his first at-bat. So
He's got a couple home runs off of Jason,
Fastball
and he's not the only
strike 2.
one. Fouls off the 2-seamer high in the zone. Give him a slider down and in.
Hit sharply toward the right side.
Well, that's not going to work as planned. That's going to bounce off the wall. Harper has to dig for it, and he's not going to get there. And that is going to get in. Lincoln Cheney gets himself a double and drives home Rugnet Odor on a nasty slider that didn't quite duck like I wanted.
He takes a big rip and is able to drive it deep for a couple of bases and an RBI.
Well, it's like I said, man. Don't worry about this game being too easy for Jason, because reality and regression will always take their toll.
Hey, get your pitch up there. Let's go.
Now a ball lined
And here's another one.
And this is into the alley.
Johnny Bump gets his second hit off of Jason here. And he's going to drive home a run on a double.
And I can't blame the pitching coach for making that walk. That's 3 consecutive 2-out hits here, so he's going to remind this guy that they just need to make one good pitch and get this inning over with. Let's see if the talk does any good.
Well, it's been a while since Jason has gotten hit around quite like this. It's never a good feeling, but it does happen.
David Foster, runner in scoring position with 2 guys.
I'd feel better about it if we could get some runs of our own on the board, but you know, Jason can't control that. Hangs a curve. Oof.
Come on now, one time, let it fly, buddy.
Hit the target, but
Change up down, no swing.
Bump stands at second with 2 gone. Way inside with
Cutter
that
can't
one.
catch that
Pretty easy take
corner.
there.
Just doesn't have the right
Within
stuff
the
today.
game. You have a better matchup on deck. You got a 3-1 count in this situation.
That's bounced up the center. Second baseman's got it. That'll be the 3rd out of the inning, so Jason gets out of it at last, allowing 2 runs across.
3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. On now to the bottom half.
But you got to figure that Jason's,
this one 3-0.
they're probably getting the hook out for Jason today because he's not pitching as well as he could be.
He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system, especially now he's got to bear down. He gets the 2 strikes in this spot, has to put the ball in play.
0-1 the count. The windup and the 0-1.
Don't have too much to say about this. It's a pitcher-on-pitcher matchup.
90s fastballs right there that he doesn't seem to think he can catch up to. I wouldn't be shocked if he came right at him again with another good one.
Once again, Cutter outside. You know what? I just need to see this.
Let's go.
We're just going to put a Cutter center of the zone
Grounded up the first baseline.
just to say that we threw a Cutter for a strike today. I feel better. Let's try this again. Swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 6 on the day for Jason.
Boy, there's nothing like seeing a good power pitcher.
I mean, he's
that
getting
has a good
strikeouts.
fastball.
They're just
What does
getting
he
hits
do?
off of him, and those hits are coming home for
Fastball
runs.
Right by, brings the express. No chance to put that ball in play.
In now, Mark Valdez. He'll take a look at his strike right
Fastball straight down the middle, strike 1.
We got one here. We got one.
Hey, let it rip right here.
Try Cutter up and away. That's a strike, finally.
No ball, 2 strikes. Your pitch right here. Let's go, bud.
And we'll try a 2-seam down and in. Swings and misses. That's a strikeout, so that's 7 on the day for Jason.
Staff has done a pretty good job right there. That's the 4th time he struck out, and we're only in the 2nd game of this series.
Probably a recipe for disaster, but first pitch slider, no swing. No, that's not as bad as it could be, I guess.
He's 1 for 2 in this one.
Takes the 2-seamer up and away. Jason still got a little bit of energy in the tank. And he taps the 2-seamer off the plate.
3 runs,
Strike
5
2.
hits, and no errors so far for Atlanta.
Try another 2-seamer down and in.
Turned on down the line.
He has to defend himself on that one. So we'll try a changeup down and away. Swings and misses. Struck out the side again. But we're still down 3-0.
Coming up, it's the Braves 3 and the Diamondbacks nothing.
And Jason didn't even get a chance to pitch this last one.
The first baseman, Mark.
All right, we gotta strike this, get the side out in order. That's what we got. Only thing we can do at this point. We're gonna get pulled after this inning for a pinch hitter, so Least we can do is keep it at 3-0.
You know, guys, sometimes guys don't like pulling the trigger 0-0. They want to see something go by, calibrate the speed, calibrate the brake, and then make their adjustments off that. Maybe that's
97 up and in.
Ball and a strike now to the
Off the
Braves'
zone
first
for a ball.
baseman.
Try a change up, down, and away. Well, that certainly was away. It wasn't down all that much.
Part of the plate. Pound 2 balls in, and they get right back outside. Nice pitch.
Hit on the ground.
Rounds that two-seamer below the zone over to short. Reinheimer's got it, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Retired here to begin the sixth.
Here comes Domingo Santana. 0 for 2 on the day so far.
Play for him here. He struck out and grounded out in his first 2 tries.
Change up inside corner, strike 1.
Hey, we got 1.
Try cutter down deliberately this time.
Ball 1.
Well, that's very down, so ball 1.
Bases are empty, 1 man out.
Try a change up, down, and away. Or, excuse me, that was down and in is where that one was. Two-seamer, up and in.
And it's fouled
Pops
away.
that up behind home plate.
Hey, come on now, let's go. Hey, put
You know
one
what?
in
We'll
the
give him a
gap right here,
Showtime slider. Haven't used any Showtime hardly at all today. Nor that many sliders. Swings and misses.
And he becomes
Second
the ninth
strikeout on the day. That
strikeout
should
victim
be
thus far.
9 for Jason today.
He put up a pretty good battle. At
So
the
these
plate
guys
right
have been
there. They
aggressive
finally
today,
hit
and
him
it's
on
resulted in a
1-2
lot of
pitch.
strikeouts, but
You
it's
could
also
see that he
resulted in
wasn't
some
laying
good
down
quality
without a
hits.
fight. He really made
Some of the
pitcher
best contact
earn
they've
that
had, the team has had against Jason today. And that'll bring up Rougned Odor.
The second baseman, Rougned.
Standing in now, Rougned Odor. As
Cutter
he'll
up
take
and
one
in,
the zone,
95,
but in the
strike
in the
1.
Strike zone for the first strike. He's working on a 1 for 2 games so far.
Try a change up, down, and away now. Has to lean out and get that one, and it's strike 2.
Looking for his 10th
Here's another one below
strikeout.
the zone.
Here's the pitch.
He goes swinging for it, and that will end the inning.
10 now in the ball
10
game,
strikeouts for
the
Jason,
inning
and he
is over.
retired the side in order.
Check here this half
But his
of the
day's
inning.
done, I'm sure.
9-1-2
And he's on the
scheduled
hook
to
for
hit
the
in
loss.
Home half of the 6th. The Braves on top, 3-0.
Your
Rafael
attention,
Devers.
please.
And here comes Rafael Devers out of the dugout to pinch hit for Jason. For what it's worth. So we gave him a quality outing, but it very well may not matter. Survey says, well, Jason and the D-backs themselves got parhamed today. The Atlanta Braves ultimately rack up 9 on the D-backs. Jason pitches for 6 innings, allows 3 runs on 5 hits, collects 10 strikeouts, and gets the first loss of the season. He goes to 6-1 on the year, and he goes to 85-43 in his career. His ERA is at 1.43. His FIP is at 0.75, and his XFIP is at 2.05. So that's going to do it for me. Until next time, I'm Tyrant Saber, and I will see you
You've been watching MLB The Show.
at
For more,
the
find us on
ballpark.
Twitter @MLB The Show.